What is poppin', everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome back to the Original Fashion Tarot channel. Today's video will be on Sagittarius, who in mythology roughly equates to Hermes, the god of travelers, roads, basically anything to do with traveling. You know, boats, planes, that sort of thing. So, if you're going someplace and you, are nervous about it, just, seek out the blessing of Hermes. Who knows? He may just give it to you. He has been known to be one of the more generous gods, Hermes. Has been known to be one of the more generous gods. How y'all doing today, Sagittarius? Happy weekend for you all. Hope you are having a lovely weekend. Congratulations on making it through another week. And, yeah. Without further ado, shall we? Let's get into this. Starting off, Sagittarius, we have the Hydra's Challenge. Okay, not the best start. You might be going through a lot of problems in your life here. Um, well, here's the thing about the Hydras. See, this card shows, one Hydra and, multiple people. And the actual battle, the really legendary battle that, Hercules took on against the Hydra, was just him versus the one Hydra. So, it's actually not the perfect depiction, but it sort of is. So you're up against a lot of problems right now. You might be facing some troubles in your life, maybe at work, maybe at home. You're facing problems from multiple angles. We shall see what happens. Closest acquaintance? Medusa's gaze. Okay, so there's one of the problems that you guys are having right now. Your closest acquaintance, whether it be a lover, friends, something like that, there's a misunderstanding prevailing between you two right now, and it is as yet unresolved. I want to sit down with them and have a talk about that, Sagittarius. I want to sit them down and have a nice long chat. Where's your head at? The Minotaur's Maze. This is on your mind. This is prevailing on your mind right now, Sagittarius. You're thinking to yourself how best to go about, not having a confrontation, just being able to sit this person down and have a nice, chill conversation about that with them about, why this misunderstanding is happening right now. What's being misunderstood? What's happening? What's going on? Whew. Not a happy reading so far, Sagittarius. What's around you? Jason's quest. You want to put an end to these problems. And the people around you also want to put an end to these problems. They don't want these problems just as much as you don't want these problems. You're not the only one who doesn't want these problems, Sagittarius. So you can fix this. This is not just a you thing. This is an everybody thing, and you absolutely can fix it. It's just a matter of whether or not, you have the courage to pull it off. What do you want? Ooh, Atlas's reflection. You want to be able to figure out how best to go about this because you're thinking to yourself, is this my fault? Did I cause this? Did I cause that? Is this my doing? Is this not my doing? You want to know if this one is on you. Personally, I don't believe it is. I don't think, well, some of these problems might be on you, but not all of them. So, here's the thing about this. You have to know the difference between what you can change here and what you shouldn't change, and have the courage to realize what you should not change. Realize your own faults while also realizing what was not. That sort of deal. Who's advising you? Pandora's Curiosity. So, You might have accidentally opened up a Pandora's box here. Not a very nice one, I'm afraid. A particularly nasty one in this case. And it might have led to all these conflicts, the Hydra's challenge, all these problems cropping up. Chop off one head, two more shall take its place kind of deal. Cut off one problem and two more shall take its place. But there is a lesson to be learned when fighting a Hydra, Sagittarius. Though you can chop off one head and two more shall take its place, there are two ways to end a Hydra. Either one, you chop off a head and freeze or burn it at the stake so that it cannot grow another head at that same place. Or, if you're feeling bold and you feel like you've got the good instincts, try and find the real head. Because every head except one in here is a carbon copy of the original. Chop off the head of the snake, the original head of the snake, or the Hydra in this case, and the rest will fall like dominoes. So, not to be mistaken with Domino's Pizza. But no, yes. Chop off the original head, the rest falls. What's your dilemma? Dionysus's Revelry. An interesting card to get in this position, to be sure. You want to celebrate something. You want to be able to let all these problems go and just have fun with your life. You don't want this. This, you don't want. You don't want to put up with it. You want to get out into the world and you want to just partay. You want to party, Sagittarius. You feel like you've earned it. You feel like, you've been through enough and it's time for you to, relax a little bit. But I'm not sure that's what life has in store for you just yet. Not sure that's what life has in store for you. Who has the power? Hestia's Hearth. This smells like a work problem to me. This reeks of workplace problems. This might be your boss. This might be a bad coworker. And I feel like you are debating whether or not to leave this job behind and seek out new opportunities. You have the power, of course. Even though you feel right at home in this job, you feel like it's a good place for you, despite the bad coworkers. You feel like it's a good place for you, but it's in your hands, Sagittarius. Do you want to stick this one out? Or do you want to let it go and seek better ideas? What's holding you back? Antigone's Defiance. You're afraid that if you quit this job now, it will only lead to tragedy. Whew. Yeah, you're afraid to quit this job here, Sagittarius. This might be a money issue, this might be a home issue, but you're afraid to quit this job because you don't want tragedy to strike as a result. That's what's holding you back. But the best advice I can give you here, Sagittarius, you don't have to take this, but this is the best advice I can give. Know your worth. Think to yourself, would I hire somebody to do my job for the pay I'm getting right now? If your answer is no, bounce. Because if you feel that you would not accept paying somebody as little or as much as you're getting right now in the position you're in right now, if you were the boss and the person you were hiring was the employee instead of you being the employee and the other person being your boss, if you feel like you would pay them more and in turn pay yourself more, get out of there. It's the best advice I can give you. Know your worth. What's being hidden here? The Spartan spirit. You absolutely have the courage to pull this one off, Sagittarius. This is in your hands. You have the courage and you absolutely have the right to make this one happen. You're holding yourself back here, and you really shouldn't be because you know you're worth more than this. You've been through this before. You know your worth. You can do this. It's not rocket science. Can you succeed? Penelope's faith. You absolutely can succeed here, Sagittarius. Although, given that this is Penelope's faith in this position, something tells me you might be deciding to stick this job out and going for a raise instead of leaving it behind. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. What happens in the end? Electra's resolve. Yeah, quit. There you go. Yeah, quit, Sagittarius. You don't want to quit. It hurts to quit this job because you love this job, but it's time for you to move on. Justice was not being served at that job for you, and quitting was your justice. And now you're more determined than ever to find a new one, a better job, a better workplace, better employees, better boss, better everything. Good on you. Now, when is this all happening? The Dallas's craft. Hmm. Okay, so this is all in the works. This is not going to be a quick thing. This is all going to be happening over the next 2, 3 odd months. This is just in the works right now. This is not a one-stop shop. It's going to be a bit of a long process. So I'm curious now, having said that, is this a boss? Is this an employee? What's going on here? Because now in all these problems, this high challenge, this is a work kind of deal. This is a work problem. Let's see. The winds of Aeolus. Okay, they're an unpredictable force. Demeter's harvest. Ah, definitely a boss. Heracles' labors. There it is. This is your boss. They're a bit richity. They're a bit, upscale, shall we say. They're a bit of a money hog. They're unpredictable, which is, what's very frustrating for you because you want to, make them happy, but at the same time, how do you make them happy when one thing makes them happy one day and the next it does not? That's the unpredictability in your head. And you're undergoing Heracles' labors to try and impress them, to try and make them, give you that raise you so desperately need. So, yeah, that's what's happening here. So let me just once again take you through the story here because, I haven't explained it fully yet. So, problems at work. Hire's challenge. You're facing problems at work. You want to raise, but your boss is saying no, you haven't earned your raise yet. I have not seen enough work from you to warrant a raise yet. And you're like, what? You're like, why? I have worked my butt off to get this going, and you're saying I haven't done enough? Like, why? You don't want to confront them. You don't want this to be a big blow up fight. But at the same time, you need that raise. You need what's at the end of this quest. You need the money. You need the wealth. You're thinking to yourself here, have I done enough work? Is this my doing? Is it, really me? Or is this just, not happening for me? And then you've got Pandora's box. You discover, I think this is you finding a new job opportunity and thinking to yourself, ooh, this might be good for me. And your dilemma is, do you stay at this current workplace and fight for the raise, or do you quit, go to the new job, and celebrate the new job, which may have a higher pay? You feel right at home in this job, which is, really sucky because you want a better raise from it, you want more money for it, but you feel right at home, so that's your dilemma. That's why you have the power in your hands. Do you quit or do you not quit? So, and you don't want this to result in a bad, job offer. You don't want this job offer to fall through because if it does fall through, it could be horrible for you financially. But you have the courage. You have the patience. You have the hope. You have the strength and the right to make this work for you. And in the end, you do quit. You quit the job and you start anew at a new job with better pay and probably better coworkers and even a better boss. So Good on you, Sagittarius. You're doing exactly what your sign would say you do. You're going places in life. And on that cheerful note, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine. We're trying to get to not 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, people. We already hit 500 subscribers recently. We're up to 560. You guys are nuts. What is going on right now? We are on a huge hype train. Let's keep pushing, people. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. 4 digits. 4. Absolutely wild. Thank you all for watching and have a good one. Peace.